Hey, this is Matt once again. Welcome back to another videos, another paid request, this time for Jonathan. Thank you so much for that. And for those interested in requesting any type of reviews or topics, reactions, re-reviews, what have you, feel free to send it either directly to my PayPal, which is usually the best bet, or join my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box. And this is for the 1996 film House Arrest. Now, I think this is a film that has a little bit of a cult following. You know, there's some people that enjoyed it because they saw it when they were a kid or such. I mean, I saw this when I was a kid. I still thought it sucked. I still think it sucks now, and I've never been a fan of this movie. That's why I find it ironic that Jamie Lee Curtis wants to talk trash of films like The Fog, and I did, it's her opinion, but still, you want to talk trash about Terror Train and The Fog and Halloween 2, and I'm like, Jamie, you were in house arrest. You were in Christmas with the Cranks. Like, I mean, come on, lady. You've done a lot worse movies than Terror Train or The Fog. By the way, it stars Jamie Lee Curtis. You also have Kevin Pollak. They're married. They have these two kids. A son, Kyle Howard, and a little daughter, Amy Sakasitz. Sorry, I almost said Sakasitz. Sakasitz, I guess, is her name. Not Sakasitz. And they're gearing up because it's their parents' anniversary. They make a tape showing their history, but then the parents drop the bomb that they're separating. The kid, I forget the the character's name is Grover. I remember that because I'm like, what fucking parent would name their kid Grover? Red Grover, Red Grover. Don't run your parents over. Like Grover? Like from... Really? The Muppets? Grover? Or is Sesame Street? Was it Sesame Street? Yeah, Sesame Street Grover. Not the Muppets, Sesame Street. Why the fuck do we name it Grover? That's such a weird name, Grover. Like one or two letters from grovel. Gobble gobble, motherfucker. You also have a very young Jennifer Love Hewitt as well before... Well, actually, if this was 96, right after this she would do I Know What You Did Last Summer, because that was 97, I believe, so... Right before she did stuff like that. So Grover is sad about what's happened with his parents, and what are we going to do? His buddy at school kind of jokingly says, well, why don't you lock him up in the closet? So he gets the idea of him and the sister locking the parents up in the basement. And then, one leads to another. Some of their friends find out. Even the bully finds out. Which the guy who plays the bully, I swear he was trying to be like Crispin Glover. If he was a rocker. Like a rocker, but like a PG rated one. And it's like he was trying to do a bit of Crispin Glover. Maybe that's just me. And now they want their parents in the basement. So the bully... Who's not really... I mean, he's a bully, but he doesn't really do anything that bad. He's more pretty goofy as a bully. I mean, not many bullies that will pretend to be Robin Leach. Caviar dreams, or just be very goofy and silly. I mean, it's probably one of the least intimidating bullies I've seen in a movie. But anyway, he gets his parents down there, where one of them is Christopher McDonald, Shooter McGavin from Happy Gilmore. And you tell that he's a misogynist that puts down the wife, and the wife is very quiet and meek. And then Grover's buddy gets his parents down there. But I don't even know why, because his parents seem to be on good terms the whole time. Wallace Shawn, he's a guy who's inconceivable in The Princess Bride. He's been in a few other films. And then the wife is a new wife, not the mother of those kids, and her deal is, oh man, they don't think of me as a mom. And Wallace Shawn's like, of course they do. Why do you think they have us down here? I'm like, I don't know why they have you down there. It still don't get why you're down there, because you guys don't seem to have any problems. Seem like you're both getting along perfectly fucking fine. And so why are you two down here? And then Jennifer Love Hewitt finds out because Grover tells her, because he has a crush on her. So she gets her single mom down there because it's played by Jennifer Tilly. Because she's tired of her mom wanting to hang out with her and dress like her, talk like her. We're seeing like just a really shitty reason. I get that you want space, but compared to Christopher McDonald looking like he's ready to beat the shit out of his wife and the problems that Jamie Lee Curtis and Tim Pollak have, seems like your reasons are pretty daft and lousy. And then pretty much it's either the rowdy kids up top trying to do like a little bit of Home Alone, but not really. Like, what would you do if you have no rules or obligations to the parents? So they're playing loud music, they try wine, they're making breakfast where it's cereal and chocolate and peanut butter, and then they fry it up in patties, and you have a couple montages. There's one montage that they're throwing plates, and the kids keep catching the plates. Or you have the parents downstairs arguing. Chris McDonald, I'm a lawyer, I'm going to sue your ass. Him and Tim Pollak get into a fist fight. Grover more and more and more losing his fucking mind and ready to turn into a psychopath. I mean, he's ready to lose his mind throughout the entire fucking film, it seems. And if people like the film, that's fine. To me, I didn't think the film was funny. I didn't think the film was entertaining. I thought it was a drag to sit through. I did when I first saw this. I think the idea is pretty stupid. Like, you think you don't fix your parents separating, divorcing by locking them in a fucking basement? They don't do shit. And then somehow it actually does do shit, somehow. I know you go into these films, it's not supposed to be realistic. I get that. But I mean, I gotta agree with Siskel and Ebert on this one. I mean, why do you want to see a film with a bunch of parents arguing or a bunch of kids being little shits? Like, Home Alone had endearment where he was by himself and he realizes that, he misses his family and he like more than anything for his family to be there. And you have the great comedic talents of Joe Pesci and Downey Stern, the way they work together. Here, it's hard to buy Jamie Lee Curtis and Tim Pollak as a couple. A lot of times, when the more parents get in there, they're kind of in the background. And other people, you have like Ray Walston from the original My Favorite Martian. He's a nosy neighbor that knows something's going on over there. The kids, I mean, Grover, something about that kid seemed like he'd be a psychopath when he grew up. The little girl is there. His buddy is there. There's these other, like, two little brothers he has that they do absolutely nothing. The bully, he's not too much of a bully. And you get the idea that he feels bad that his mom is treated like this by his dad, but he never pipes up and says much of anything. You think that's going to really get up to a come to Jesus moment of maybe the bully stand up to his dad and said, I'm tired of the way you treat my mom, and you know what? If you do that idea, I'm going to punch you out, or something like that. Some kind of come to Jesus moment that never really happens. I don't really buy. There's not much of Jennifer Love Hewitt and the Grover really. Not a lot of scenes of them together to really make me buy that they would ever, I don't know, go out with each other later. I'm trying to think what else happened. I mean, maybe there's once in a while a little smirk like Wallace Shawn getting into playing the game Operation when they're trapped in the basement. Or when Jennifer Tilly stands out to Christopher McDonald, why you keep interrupting her? How do you feel someone interrupted you all the time? Then he starts talking, then she keeps interrupting him and stands up for this lady. And ultimately the lady stands up for herself and throws cake at Christopher McDonald's face. Like, there's little moments of that, but then there's other moments like, whatever. They go up a laundry chute. Jamie Lee Curtis does. And then she's kind of trapped in the wall. And then she falls down. Now, your mom falls down a fucking laundry chute. When you go check to see if she's okay, no. They just go, make sure this wall is padded up and bricked up and fixed up. Doesn't look to see if your mom's okay. Okay, great job, kid. What a great kid. It's just, I don't really care about the lead kid's predicament because I'm thinking your plan is so stupid and crazy, and the only reason it works is because we live in the fantasy world of this movie. And then Jamie Lee Curtis and Kevin Pollak for a chunk of the movies just seem miserable. Wallace Shawn and his wife, I'm just sitting there going, why the fuck are you two down here? You guys seem to be doing okay. Like, the dad's making jokes and his kids are laughing, so it's not even like the kids seem like they're angry at the parents or the dad, so it's like, why are you here? Is that one of those things where maybe it becomes like a switch where the parents are like, you know what, fine, fuck you. They're having a little bit of fun ultimately, but it's like, hey, let's be kids again, and then the kids, you have to deal with the serious business, fine. You don't have to worry about work. You don't have to worry about all this stuff because we need to pay bills. And, hey, if this goes on for months, we're going to lose our job. So what are you going to do about it? Like, I mean, a lot of arguing. Jamie Lee Curtis and Kevin Pollak arguing about turning the power on or off. They seem to be getting better, but then the divorce papers comes in. And this is where Grover really loses his fucking mind. Like, when his ravings on the phone, because Ben Stein's in the movie, the guy who did Bueller, and Ferris Bueller's Day Off. I remember this game show he had for a bit called When Ben Stein's Money. I think it was on Comedy Central. Like, he's in this, he delivers the divorce papers, and then, like, 5 minutes later, he makes a phone call. I'm like, dude, it's only been like 5 minutes, what are you doing? And then Grover just goes up the deep end. Like, he's ready to murder someone. Yeah, you see? We're all having a party. Yeah, you see? I'm like, Jesus Christ, this guy's either this kid's going to have a heart attack, his brain's going to explode Scanner style, or he's going to go kill some motherfuckers. He's going to kill all the kids. And maybe the parents too. And eat them. And their own patties. So, Grover gone psycho. Never thought those words would leave my mouth. So ultimately the cops find what's going on, they get the parents out, and then somehow, some way, the mom is, Jamie Lee Curtis, like, look what the kids did for us. I'm like, yeah, a shitload of cops that you probably don't pay a lot of fucking money. You probably lost your jobs, at least Kevin Pollak might have. A lot of fucking money's probably going, because a lot of money was spent on this police shit. Yeah, look what they did for us. And then somehow all the problems they had in the past is solved. You don't even get a lot of good, deep, dramatic moments between Jamie Lee Curtis and Kevin Pollak. Jamie Lee watches the tape their kids made at one point. Kevin Pollak plays this little ukulele type thing, and she dances a bit. They maybe have like one conversation or such, but nothing to make me think that you guys get back together. But magically they do. I didn't think it was that funny. I didn't think that was entertaining of a film. So, I mean, there's films of that era that are silly and goofy that I enjoy. Ernest P. Worrell movies. Ernest Dear Stupid, Ernest Saves Christmas, that was the 80s. Or, I'm trying to think what comedies around in 96. Heavyweights, I do have some fun with that. You know, there's some goofy, just this, Home Alone 1 and 2 even. This I could never get into. Never could. So hell, I could watch Suburban Commando, or as goofy as that is, I can watch that. Or what was the other movie? What was it? Maybe Man of the House with Jonathan Taylor Thomas, Chevy Chase. Wouldn't say it's a great movie, but I could watch it as a time waster. This, like, I mean, was it maybe Bushwhacked with Daniel Stern? I probably would watch that over this, honestly. I wasn't big on that. I don't know. If you're a big fan of this film, good on you. Just not for me. So with that said, thanks for watching. We will see you guys later. Bye-bye.